you guys. So I wanted to come on because I was listening to Aisha's live tonight at her channel. She has a YouTube channel. And I don't know why it's the same name as her Instagram. So if you guys are familiar with Ready to Love and you know her Instagram name, then it's the same name as the YouTube channel. And it was about 3 hours. So I was in and out, but for the most part, I was listening live as well, so I probably missed a little bit on the beginning, but it was a good live, and those three together, it's a good panel right there. Verneshia, Liz, and Aisha. And so people were in the comments accusing her of were in the, yeah, after the live, not in the live comments, but in her comments on her page saying that she sounds like she's borrowing Little Black Book's um, format. Because you know how if you guys follow Little Black Book, he will ask whomever he's interviewing questions. And then before he actually kind of just go into the interview. And so she was, I guess, kind of borrowing that. And I mean, maybe he borrowed it from somebody. I don't know. You know, people always accusing somebody of something, right? But it was a good one. I'm trying to put my headphones on because I think I sound a little mumbly on that other video. But it was a good conversation because, of course, um, they were talking about the guys that they were with on the show. I can't remember now if Verneshia and Joel left together. It's a blur, but I think they were one of the four couples that season, and they were on the same season as Jason and Liz. Um, so they were, she was talking about Joel. She kind of pretty much already said what she had to say, right? In this live, she just pretty much said that after the show, everything kind of the interviews and all that. She never contacted him again, and she has him blocked, so he can't contact her. She's good. She's not looking to go backwards in that way. So I guess we won't see the Joel and Verneshia connection. So, but they were just kind of talking about relationships in general as well, not just the guys that they were with. But Liz was kind of talking about Jason because I know there were some rumors about him and a baby. I don't know how true that. I don't know that that question came up to her, and she didn't really go into it. But she said that he was dating. Even Verneshia said that somebody contacted her to tell her that they saw Jason out on a date with another young lady. So it's kind of like the Cornelius thing as well, right? So, like I said, I don't know, but they are kind of saying like the guys are not as serious as the women are, I guess, about going on the show, maybe to really find relationships. And I think somebody else just said that as well not too long ago. One of the other ladies, was it Sabrina? Maybe Sabrina from last season. Somebody said that the guys are not necessarily as serious about finding a relationship as maybe the women are. And so maybe they're just kind of playing along for the fame of it all. Does it sound like that's what Liz was accusing Jason of? If you guys watched the interview, let me know in the comments. What did you think of it? It kind of sounded like she was accusing him of that a little bit, just being there for the cameras. And I think everybody thought that about Joel at the end of the day as well. Like it was really more about that than because he kind of came off a little bit like a player, right, towards the end with the Kyra talk and then the Amber talk, and from the beginning, I guess just the way it played out to us, maybe he was doing all the stuff the whole time, but they didn't show us on the show just to try to be fair to him, right? Because it is possible that he was dating Amber and whomever else that he wanted to date, and they just didn't show us because they wanted us to think that there was a real connection between Renisha and Joel. But she's saying that he really was playing up to her, and she still stands by that. It sounds like he was trying to play play up to her like he was interested in the same way that she was. So I don't know. Yeah, I think that I've said that a few times myself. You can kind of tell sometimes some of these people are really on the show just for the fact that they can go on a show, right? Um, like I said, I was making a joke about it, but people try to get their SAG cards. They try to get their resumes up. And so going on a show like that, dating show like that, if they're single, or in between relationships or baby mamas or whatever they do with, they just went on the show. So yeah, I was really the stuff that Liz was saying about Jason though was kind of like not really I don't want to say surprising because nothing surprises me, but it was interesting. I'll say that the way she was saying that. I don't know if she was saying these girls were contacting her. Why would they contact her? I don't know. Or maybe she was just finding, I don't know. But she said that she talked to two exes of Jason's. And then she said she went in on somebody that she was on the phone with, I guess somebody that he was dating or whatever. And then she said she had to call back and apologize to the person. I never, I think I said this when I was creating videos around that season that because Jason had really in the beginning, I mean, ultimately it felt like he really picked Kyra, but Kyra was kind of playing the game of the show and she didn't want to let anybody go. Right? If you guys remember that season, she kind of told him that she still wasn't sure, and they really should have known by that point. So I agree with him on that. I think he really would have picked Kyra if Kyra would have if she just would have done the things that he wanted her say, the things that he wanted her to say. But because she really couldn't say that he was in that number one spot, I think that he moved on to Liz. And I agree with Liz and Verneshia and Aisha. Some of these guys probably really are there for the look of it, for the show. And they want to do all of the episodes, I guess, and maybe they think that they get because I don't know. I think it really depends on the personality. I think that people are going to get more press or more attention just based on who you are, right? Um, and how you are on the show. I think that getting to the end of the show really is not going to get that, right? Because OWN is kind of, I don't know, I guess they're getting ready to add some more shows. So let me not even say that, and I mean some web stuff as well. Because, I mean, what do you get when you get to the end of the show? And I'm trying to remember if it was Precious or one of the girls from this season. I was watching their interviews and they were saying that, like, it's not like it's a big surprise at the end of this, right? If you're not really interested in the person that you're leaving with, then why play the game like that? Like, why? I don't know. I agree, but I do agree though. But clearly, people are wanting to stay all the way to the end, thinking that it's going to get them more or whatever. I guess I don't know. To me, I think it's based on their personalities. Like I can listen to David talking and a few other people, right, because of who they were on the show. Um, there was just people that I liked. I like a Chris, who was on two different seasons, and I don't know. I think it's just depends on the personalities. Getting to the end of the show, I don't see what is really bringing anybody. Like someone was saying, there's no bigger check that's going to get passed to you because you get to the down to the end. But I digress. If you guys saw the interview, what did you think? And do you think that Aisha is borrowing from Little Black Book's style? Another thing that I want to touch on really quickly was Ace interview with Crystal XO, and her interview was really good as well. And she was asked about dating Tyrone because I guess she was spotted somewhere with Tyrone from DC. So I'm assuming that they're dating. So I guess we'll hear about it. Maybe, maybe not at the reunion. I think a lot of people like Tyrone. Tyrone seems like a nice guy. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that matchup, Tyrone and Ace? And Ace was also explaining, like I was saying in the video, that if she had a connection, and she said she really was building a connection with Bird, but then some other things are going to come out. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see what she's talking about with that. But she said she was building with him, and people knew that. So it's like I was saying, why get rid of somebody who people who had connections for someone who's just a holder on? You know, now I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if Sabrina's going to flip up and then all of a sudden she's just going to go back to Tori or not. I don't really know how they're going to try to play that. Because I'm sure the producers and stuff, their intentions are not to embarrass anyone, right? But he honestly got a little emotional behind her. Now I don't know why people go on the show and do that. Like you're on a dating show and you know these people can date whoever is here, right? And they could change their mind apparently as well and flip flop into somebody else on the very last day if they choose to. And so I think people should be mindful of that before they even go on this show. Um, and it's no one's fault that he is like that, right? So, but I can understand maybe they're just trying to keep him there because for that reason. Um, I don't know, but I felt like Tori should have been eliminated, and then or whoever else who don't have a because he's not the only person who don't really have a connection when you really think about it. And the fact that everyone's running behind Joy and Sabrina, they're only going to pick one person. So some of these people they're going to either self eliminate or they're going to get eliminated anyway. Um, I also am hearing that it sounds like Carmen is. I remember I was saying I think Carmen might be end up being the third woman because we're not really seeing her as much and hearing a whole lot from her. So I kind of get the feeling she's going to be that third woman. I said that in the last video, and somebody else was kind of confirming that she's probably going to. Who was it? Was it Paul? Someone was saying because he has a live that's out here as well. But so I guess she is going to end up. It's going to be Carmen, Sabrina, and Joy at the end. But they are saying as well that there's going to be some type of shakeup, I guess, on this trip that's coming up because they're going on a trip this next episode tomorrow, actually. But I kind of wanted to just come live today and talk about Aisha's live because I thought it was interesting some of the stuff that Liz was bringing up about Jason, about him dating all these other people while he was dating her. And then she said that he went to her and said that he felt inadequate or something about their relationship. And so they kind of decided to take a break and then they just broke up, I guess. But like a lot of people were saying, I really didn't see it anyway. Like I said, I feel like his first thought was Kyra. If his first thought was Kyra, that's probably who his real connection was with. But he wanted to stay on the show, so he decided to move into the Liz thing. A lot of people were saying they looked mismatched anyway. She seemed a little too conservative for him, but then she's saying that she's not as conservative as y'all think she is. Um, she also was saying that she had a good relationship with his mother, which I thought was kind of odd. But I can't remember now if his mother was on the show. I think his parents was on the show, and they really need to stop introducing these people to people's families, right? But I think his mother was on the show, so maybe that's when she met Jason's mother. But she said she was developed a good relationship with her, and I was thinking at first I was thinking, well, that's not why would he introduce her to his mother if he really wasn't looking at her that way? That would make sense, but maybe she met the mother on the show anyway, and that's maybe when they developed the friendship. And so she said she confronted him about the girl that someone called Verneshia and said they saw Jason out on a date. And that's the thing, too. And they also were clearing up the fact that they're saying OWN is not putting them under contract for months to pretend like they are still dating. They are not fake dating. That if they're dating someone, they're really trying to date the person. So like Aisha and um, Dante were really trying to see if things were going to work out. She said they were. It was not fake. So I don't know. I know a lot of us we just believe that maybe people are pretending like they are together, and then 2 or 3 months down the line, they're going to make the announcement that they're not. Because people want to go on with their life, and while you're trying to go out and date somebody else, people are going to pull out their cell phones and say, "Oh, but look, this is I see Sydney out with whoever. I see." Dante out with whomever, right? And so I don't know, just like the PR lady was saying she was dating Cornelius. So before the show was over, even before the show was over. But I don't know. I don't know if they're under some type of contract or not. She's saying that it's not. She's saying the relationships are not fake, that they really tried to date. Jason and Liz were saying their relationship was, I mean, Liz was saying pretty much agreeing with Aisha that her relationship with Jason was real as well. So I don't know, but it's kind of weird how after a couple months, 2 or 3 months in, the relationships kind of fizzle out. I don't know. Maybe that's is true to life. Maybe sometimes things just don't work out. People move on, right? So I don't know if they're under some type under it could be under their contract, that they when they sign up for the show because 3 or 4 couples aren't going to end up at the bottom of the show. So you already know if you end up at the bottom that you're going to have to keep up this relationship, so people can at least believe in the show, right? I don't think most of us believe in the show though in the first place. But I think Crystal's idea of bringing like some of the cast back and so they can meet other cast members, maybe somebody's there for them. That's in another season. I think that's a good idea if they decide to do that show, just to add to it, to give them the opportunity to meet other singles from other seasons that they might want to date. Like Ace is now dating Tyrone, right? So you never know. And I think that's a good idea to bring some of the cast members back. I don't know with the setup, if it's set up in on a trip or something, or how they're going to set it up or whatever. Have them go on a trip together or whatever. However they set it up, but I thought Crystal's idea was a good idea for them to do that. And kind of get since people want to be on TV or they try and get their SAG cards up, child. It would give them some other views, right? Some other ways to looks, I guess, to get out there as well. Let me know what you guys thought about their interview if you were watching it. And I pretty much already was hearing what Aisha was saying about the Dante situation and the fact that he has another baby on the way. That she was saying that he was cheating. I was kind of surprised about Jason. I felt like Jason would have been a little more forthcoming with Liz. At least I thought that, right? That he would kind of go and just be honest, like saying the relationship is not working, and then end it that way instead of trying to be sneaky or whatever. That is kind of interesting to me. I won't say surprising that they ended that same way with it about cheating or whatever. But I don't know. What do you guys think about Ace and Tyrone? I think, I mean, physically, they're an attractive couple. They kind of have both had that laid back vibe about them, right? That Zen vibe about them. So I can see it. I can see them together. I really can. Um, what about the rest of the couples on the show? Who do you think? Who do you guys think the last three women are? Because I kind of get after listening to Paul, I kind of get the feeling that it is Carmen. Like I was saying, it's probably Carmen, Joy, and Sabrina. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm trying to remember what he was saying about Dakia. I don't know. It was something that somebody was saying. But anyway, let me know who you guys think the last three couples will be for tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to end tomorrow. Maybe it's a couple more shows. Um, yeah, I guess it's a couple more shows because I'm sure they're going to. And I don't know how they're going to eliminate because it feels like there's way more. I don't know. I think it's way more women there than it is men. I could be wrong. Maybe it's the other way. Maybe it's more men than it is women. Because remember, a couple people self eliminated. Ace self eliminated. Um, and so they didn't have to eliminate anyone. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think about the last three couples. And what did you think about the interview between Aisha, Verneshia, and Liz if you watched the live tonight? If not, you guys can go up to her channel. I think it's Pink Polyglam. Pink Polyglam. Or Poly Pink Glam. That's the YouTube and Instagram page for Aisha. And let me know what you guys thought about their conversation. They were kind of really going in on those guys, and I can't say that I blame them, especially if they were playing games like that, right? Because people can be honest. Like, if we're just in a dating phase, there's really no reason, especially when you're over a particular age, there's just no reason for you to be playing all these silly games. You should be able to speak up and say if something's not working for you or if it's not, or whatever excuse you got to use if you don't know how to say things just straight out like that, to kind of just move on, right? I mean, just but playing all the games and people seeing you out, people have all these cell phones out here. There's just no way you can get away with doing stuff like that anyway these days. But let me know what you guys think about the breakups too between Aisha and Dante. Did you see it coming? Um, do you think, like Little Black Book, that the fact that he had the baby mamas anyway, the baby mamas was kind of a sign of a certain characteristic, I guess, that means that maybe he's not the committing type. Let me know what you guys think, and what did you think about the Jason and Liz? Were you surprised? I don't think anybody is really that surprised to see that Jason and Liz broke up, but what do you think about some of the stuff that she was saying that was going on in their relationship? The fact that she had a good relationship with his mother, um, but he still was doing all this stuff anyway. I don't know. And then I think the Verneshia and Joel thing kind of played out when it played out, and I don't really think anything else went on with that. He tried to do that interview at the end. Um, and I still just believe her. I believe her. I'm sorry. I think some of his actions kind of proved what Verneshia was saying was true, that he kind of playing her like, oh, I'm really into this. Oh, I think we have a chance, and letting other people come and say how they will make a great couple and all this stuff when he really was kind of trying to get with other people as well. And he just wasn't as honest about that as he should have been. As soon as he should have been honest about it. But let me know what you guys thought about the conversation. I don't know if they're gonna go live again. They might. Maybe they'll start going live and talking about the seasons as well, like everyone else, or maybe just having relationship conversations. Maybe have more women on our panel from the show, right? Just have different women from different seasons on, and they could just talk. I guess, like they were saying, because it's a different experience when you are going into a relationship from a TV show like that. So, yeah, maybe she'll just invite some of the other women. I know it's some women she don't get along with. So I don't expect to see them. I don't think you guys do either. But let me know what you guys thought about the interview if you were watching. And what did you think about what Liz had to say about Jason? Um, Jason didn't necessarily give me player vibes, but like I said, I felt like because Cairo really was that pick that maybe he wasn't going into the relationship with Liz as serious as people would like to think. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.